The world of boxing has witnessed numerous intense rivalries throughout the years. The level of intensity in these rivalries was so high that it required more than one or two fights to resolve. The Frazier-Ali trilogy saw one of the most brutal fights in heavyweight history. Two powerhouses in the heavyweight division left it all in the ring in 3 epic showdowns. However, there is an epic rivalry that has seemingly eluded the boxing world, a trilogy so fiercely contested that 2 of its matches won Fight of the Year, and 1 earned the title of the best fight of all time. Morales-Barrera was the rivalry that saw 2 Mexican fighters give their heart and soul in the ring. In an awe-inspiring showdown that unfolded over 36 rounds, these 2 warriors pushed themselves to the limit and gave everything they had. In the mid-90s, Barrera made his mark as one of the greatest Mexicans to ever fight in the lower weight divisions. He won the WBO Super Bantamweight title by defeating Puerto Rico's Daniel Jimenez and defended the title 8 times. Meanwhile, Morales was the reigning WBC Super Bantamweight champion. The 23-year-old Morales quickly climbed up the ranks, demonstrating strong boxing acumen and power. Both of these men had their titles on the line when they met for the first time. The first bout took place on February 19, 2000 at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. The 2 rejected the chance to touch gloves before the fight, and from the outset, the ill feelings spilled over into the physical nature of the bout. At the opening bell, Barrera started aggressively, holding his ground in the middle of the ring, knocking Morales back against the ropes with body shots and hard combinations topped by a fierce left hook. Forced on his heels, his back pinned to the ropes, Morales fought fire with fire. It was 3 minutes of hectic action, and when the bell rang to end it, the fight had already lived up to everyone's expectations. Morales tried to use his boxing skills, but it wasn't long before he was engulfed in a straight-up power-punching slugfest. The back-and-forth action reached its peak in the thrilling 5th round that would later be crowned Round of the Year by Ring Magazine. In its first half, Morales landed a series of right hands, forcing Barrera to cover up as he was staggered from the assault, before the baby-faced assassin turned the tide with a right hand of his own. In the final minutes, both men kept exchanging power punches with whatever strength they had. It was a thrilling action and a round that would go down as a classic in their 3-fight saga. In the later rounds, both fighters emptied their arsenals of everything they had left. With everything on the line going into the final round, the 2 warriors came out firing. Morales, with a burst of energy, bounced on his toes, looking for an opening, but a trademark Barrera left hook landed, staggering Morales. Luckily, the ropes came to his rescue. As Barrera moved in to finish, Morales slipped to the canvas, and it was called a knockdown by the referee. Now, with a deeper sense of urgency, Morales violently pursued Barrera in search of a knockdown to even the score, which made for an exciting and dramatic 12th round. However, no knockdown came, and the 2 men traded blows until the final bell. In the end, it turned out that Morales didn't need to score a knockdown, as he was awarded a split decision, to the confusion of most who believed that Barrera had done enough to deserve a win, since Morales had missed a lot of punches. The controversy, however, would only set the scene for the next 2 bouts. After a period of facing different opponents, the highly anticipated sequel to the Barrera vs. Morales showdown finally arrived. In the press conferences before the fight, they had no trouble expressing their dislike for each other. The second bout took place on June 22, 2002 in MGM Grand Garden Arena, Las Vegas. And for the second time, Morales was to defend his WBC featherweight title against Barrera. Barrera appeared to have no solid game plan as Morales took the fight to him from the outset, forcing him to retreat for a good portion of the bout. Barrera was desperate for a knockout, and as the fight continued on, it became apparent that he was in for a tough fight. Morales fought a very good tactical fight as he scored well to the body and head. Barrera landed the occasional flurry, but it was Morales who was making the strong impression during the first 5 rounds. The tempo began to change, and the action started to pick up in the 6th round. Barrera came to life as he got out of his defensive mode. As the fight went on, Morales' right eye began to swell, and he was cut by a punch. He started finding it hard to see the left-hand punches of Barrera. Barrera capitalized on this, landing power shots. However, Morales hung on and did enough to stay in the fight. In the final rounds, Barrera came out very strong, looking to knock Morales out. He forced Morales back by landing combinations. Morales would answer back with strong, hard punches. The fighting came to an end, and just like their first fight, the decision was in the hands of the judges. Barrera would go on to win this time. With a swollen face and cut eye, Morales did not look like the winner, but many believed he deserved to be. And yet still, after the 2 fights between these two, they were hungry for more. For them, a 3rd fight would decide the ultimate winner and who gets to claim the glory. Billed once and for all, the fight took place on November 27, 2004 at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Morales fought Barrera for the 3rd time, but this time it was a bout for the WBC Super Featherweight title, as both had moved up a division. The early exchanges suggested Barrera was coping just fine, beating Morales to the punch, firing more accurate shots, and mixing his attacks to the body and head. Barrera dominated Morales in the early stages of the fight, winning 5 of the first 6 rounds in the process. Rounds 7 and 8 saw a change with Morales finally connecting with his right hand, and for the first time, Barrera struggled to find a response. Barrera rallied strongly in the 9th and 10th rounds to reassert his commanding lead. And once again, the match would go on for the whole 12 rounds, with both fighters giving it their all in the latter stages. Morales felt a sense of defeat and started looking for a knockout. Neither fighter was disappointed with blistering toe-to-toe exchanges throughout the final rounds. Once again, the decision of the winner had come to the judges, and once again, Barrera was announced the victor and the new WBC Super Featherweight champion. He held up 2 fingers to Morales, a gesture of a 2nd defeat at his hands. In 36 intense rounds and with 3 world titles on the line, Morales and Barrera created one of the greatest boxing rivalries in history. Their epic battles captivated a nation torn by their allegiance to each fighter. Their enduring legacy will forever hold a memory of their incredible skills and unwavering determination. As the final bell rang, their story became an indelible part of boxing history, showcasing the true spirit and power of the sport.